This week's edition of Grappler's Keep is brought to you once again by Diet Water. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And as we pass by the 4th of July holiday weekend, for sure, we haven't passed by that dreaded July summer heat. So make sure you're keeping yourself well taken care of and well cooled and well hydrated. And the best way to do that is with that one product that has all that great water taste, but still half of those dreaded water calories. The one, the only Diet Water. This product's only available in stores where it is sold. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this, whatever time zone you're in on this island Earth. This is Kentucky Hawkeye, KY Hawkeye, your host here for Hawkeye's Old Time Gaming Emporium. So it is Saturday night, which means it's time for Grappler's Keep, our special behind the counter tonight. That you'll see Virgil, our caramel cyborg Soda Jerk, is making tonight our famous 1-2-3 parfaits, because it is time again for Grappler's Keep, our WWE 2K25 universe, where a number of characters from all of your favorite tabletop RPG genres compete in a ring that we call the Dice Tray, nestled deep inside Diet Water Arena, our major sponsor for all of our events. We have a great card set up for you here tonight. I think this is our second week back, and now the Hunter's Mark is going to be back in action. We'll be having defenses of those here tonight. We'll be seeing the other wrestlers who most of them we did not see last week. So giving you a chance to see all of them. Some of them may have slightly different looks or different entrances, or even maybe in a few cases some different move sets, because with 2K25, there are some wrestlers that were in 24 that aren't in 25, so we had to make some changes. And as we saw with the Barbarians last week, we had a costume change, but it seemed to work out for them because they got a very decisive win against the Paladins last week. So we will have that going on. Hey, Crit Witch, good to have you here with us. Enjoy that waffle cone. And something is wrong with my screen here. There we go. Something didn't look right. There we go. So, without any further ado, since we saw the ado making dinner last night, let's go ahead and get things started. Dare to enter the Dice Tray? Welcome to Grappler's Keep. All right, let's get things started here tonight. We have our full card of 9 matches, starting off with the defense of the Women's Hunter's Mark. Since I can't remember for sure what the numbers were after the end of last season, we're starting the Hunter's Mark with a clear slate here, that we will consider this the first defense for Bill Sanders. I believe she won the belt at at Dice Mania, so this is her first defense for sure. So she will be doing her first defense this time around of the Hunter's Mark, and she'll be doing that against Minyun Maitlar. Excuse me there. In men's singles action, we have Novar Xanatrone going up against Curtis the Pistol Powell, with all of their entourages with them. In women's tag team action, we have Anarchy going up against Thrill and Chill. In men's tag team action, we have the Back Alley Boys going up against Power and Glory. In women's singles action, we have Desiree Bouveau going up against Goldie Boone. In men's action, Rufus Combs, who's defending the Hunter's Mark, will be bearing the Hunter's Mark for the first time, is going to be bearing it against Rulem. In women's singles action, we have Pick and Sarlano going up against Annalith, with the rest of Fatal Attraction at her side as well. In men's singles action, a match that Wandering Silence we know has been waiting for. Kelleran Sparkshard is going to be going up against Morduk. And in our women's main event, the ladies tag team champions, Sister Cyber, will be in a non-title match up against the Shield Maidens. So that is our card for this match. Pretty good one here. The way the game is set up, the max it lets me do is 9. So this week it's going to be 5 ladies and 4 men's, and next week I will do 5 men's and 4 ladies. I'm going to try my best to alternate that so that we get equal presentation of the men's and the ladies, since we have so many good wrestlers on both sides of the genders. So without any further wait, let us head out to Diet Water Arena. This will be a fun matchup. Mignon Mydalar is the leader of the women's faction known as Fatal Attraction. She is in this match by herself. She does not have the rest of the entourage. We will see them later. And she will be going up against Belle Sanders, who is our current bearer of the Women's Hunter's Mark. For those of you who may not be familiar with Grappler's Cape, the Hunter's Mark is our fighting championship, like the television or internet championships of old, back in the old territory days. Basically, you win the belt, you have to bear the Hunter's Mark every time we have a stream, whether it's a premium live event or a regular show like this one. If you successfully bear the Hunter's Mark 4 times in a row, you automatically, whatever the next stream is, you get a title shot for either the Master of Melee's Championship for the men or the Women's Lady of Valor Championship. So that is what Belle is going to be hoping to do, her first win to get on those 4. Mignon is going to try to stop that and begin a streak of her own next week. But in order to do that, she has to beat the best shot and one of the wildest people out of the Weird Wild West, and that would be Belle Sanders. So let's get right to Diet Water Arena and get things started. Everyone's excited here at Diet Water Arena. You get a good look at the stadium. And coming out first, she is out of the fantasy realm of fantasy RPGs. She is our Drow sorceress, Mignon Mydalar, master of the dark arts, here to prove that the dark isn't always evil, or so she says. We'll see what happens on that, as I need to do a little bit of a volume adjustment here. There we go. Seemed just a little bit loud. Here's Mignon's there in the ring. Leader of the faction known as Fatal Attraction. And she's going to try to get this belt for her group of three ladies, including herself. But in order to do that, she has to defeat the person coming in now. She is the best shot in the Weird Wild West. Will do whatever needs to be done, no matter what. She was part of the band of desperados that attacked the Boone family ranch and burned it to the ground, and has the posse led by Rufus Combs and Goldie Boone herself were fleeing from that posse. They all got caught up in a time loop vortex. They're in the Weird Wild West, and they find themselves here. She's not only a good shot, she's got some good martial arts skills to go with it. She is the current bearer of the Women's Hunter's Mark. She is Belle Sanders. And this is the belt that they are competing for here tonight. This is the Women's Hunter's Mark. Let's go back to our ring announcer and all of the 2K25 interruptions. Oh, they're not giving me the announcer at all. Okay, as Minyun gets introduced. I guess when I turn off the other announcers, it's turning off that part as well. And now Bell's being introduced to the crowd. Do we have to have all those transition screens? Really? Bell hands the belt over to the ref, shows it to Minyun. Shows it to the crowd, and we are ready to go. Minyun stretches out. Bell's keeping herself loose as well. There's the bell, and here we go, and Bell runs right in with a quick drop kick. Catching Minyun by surprise. Big stomp there. Pulls the leg up, and a shin breaker or a knee breaker right into the mat. Big stomp on the arm, and then follows with a kick. And it's all Bell Sanders here at the start. Big kick to the back. Going right after Minyun early. As she continues to mock her, goes right back after her again. Has her hammer locked a little bit, arms behind the back there. Now Minyun's able to do a quick snapmare, and now has a nice little chin lock going. Right there in the corner. Bell's acting like she's being a little bit, maybe choked a little bit. Not able to get free with that attempt. Now she's able to get back to her feet. Minyun tries to put the arm bar on. Trying to keep control, but now Bell punches her way loose. A second punch gets her totally free. Now collar elbow hook up there near the corner. And Minyun is able to grab the wrist. Has a big twist on there, brings Bell down to her knee. Now she's back up. And now Bell reverses it, slams her down. She's going for a quick pin. Why not? But only a 1 count, not even close. Collar elbow hook up once again. And just throws Minyun over towards the corner. Wraps her up. Now has her by the back of the neck. Nope, Minyun elbows her way free from whatever Bell had planned there. Rolls her over for a pin, but Bell was in the ropes, so he has to break it. And now just face slams her straight down onto the mat. Minyun's out on the ring apron as Bell slowly gets to her feet. Minyun springboards off, goes for a body splash, misses mostly, but hits top of the head of Bell, knocks her down, but Bell's able to recover first, whip into the ropes, grabs the arm, has the hammer lock in, but a nice elbow by Minyun to get loose. Quick kick there, wraps her up, pulling up for a power bomb, it looks like. No, face plants her instead. Now Bell rolls outside the ring. They're both outside the ring there fighting. Walks right into a big cyclone kick by Bell. Slams the arm down as the ref starts to count, and now she's just stomping the water out of the mud puddle onto Minyun. Big knee drop. Bell goes up on the ring apron. Minyun's up as well. Bell's up on top rope. While Minyun's standing there and turns her back right into a missile drop kick from the top rope. Bell mocking her to get up. Minyun's up to her feet. They lock up again now. Another whip into the ropes. Nice little power slam there. And now the ground and pound begins. This is where Bell's at her best. Getting the person down and then just pounding the life out of him now. Has the twist going on the neck. Slams her down again. Bell went for a drop kick. Minyun went for a clothesline. Looks like Minyun got the best. Whips her into the corner. Setting herself up. And a big kick there in the corner. Now kicks her out. Hooks the leg for the pin. But only a 1 count. Bell back to her feet. Nice little V trigger there by Minyun. Big stomp to the back of the leg there. Big clubbing forearm shot. Another one. Runs in. Snap DDT. Now Mignon is slowly getting control of the match. And she's the one doing the mocking. Swing and a miss on the clothesline. Bell gets out of the way. Big forearm smash there. Now a kick by Mignon wraps her up. And she's got her locked in. A dragon sleeper, it looks like, of sorts. Bell rotates her way, bridges out. Big stomp there. And goes for the cyclone and misses. Looks like she may have injured herself the way she's walking there. Nope, looks like she's recovered and throws Mignon over the top rope onto the ring apron. Hip tosses her back in. Forearm strike that I don't think quite hit. Now she's taking her into the corner, right into the turnbuckle. Wraps the arm around the rope, uses the middle rope to pull for a little extra leverage. Has her out again, pulls her up, big body slam. Going up, second rope, Mignon standing there waiting. A kick away by Bell. Goes for a drop kick of sorts and misses. Nobody home. Maybe it was an attempted leg drop, but still has control over the shoulder drop. And now she's waiting for Mignon to get to her feet. Let's see what she's got planned here. Wraps her up. Hits her with the tumbleweed. Hooks the leg for the pin. And it's over. And we start off the night with a successful defense of the Hunter's Mark by Bill Sanders. Big win for her. One step closer to a title belt. She has won the title that way once before. She knows how valuable holding this championship can be. Nothing she would like better than to get the Lady of Valor belt back around her waist. But for now, we have a successful defense of the Hunter's Mark. Now we'll go into men's singles action here. Our men's champion, our master of melee, is Novar Xanatrone, leader of the faction known as Team Chemo, going up against one of the members of the Triangle, this one being Curtis the Pistol Powell. So these two factions, there's no love lost between these two. Novar is the champion that beat Jarduk Munka for the belt. Novar still holds the belt. Jarduk is still looking for a way to try to get a title shot, has not been able to. They each have their friends at their side, and they will be coming in here for this match. So without any further waiting, let's return to Diet Water Arena. Here they are. That belt firmly around the waist. Alright, Novar Xanatrone, cleric of the Forge, expelled from the temple that he was at because he felt that they were giving him impure materials to work with. Now because of that, he carries a chip on his shoulder the size of the warhammer that he carries tattooed on his shoulder. You see him with his faction mates there, Doxel Rubison and Ben de Mustaine, as they wait for their opponents to come in. This will be a non-title match. And here they are, led by Jarduk Munka. Curtis, the Pistol Pal, gunslinger from the weird Wild West, seeing many strange sights. He was the head, he was the leader of the Desperados that Bill Sanders was a part of, that just robbed and just burned down the Boone family ranch. And he was caught up in that same time loop vortex that brought him, Bill Sanders, along with Rufus and Goldie, here to the Grappler's Cape universe. And he'll be the one wrestling, representing the Triangle here tonight. He's there along with his faction mates, Jarduk Munka and Lor Odubda. Novar is set and ready to go. Curtis is staying loose here as well. There's the bell, and here we go. Collar elbow hook up in the middle of the ring. Jostling for position. Novar just throws Curtis away into the corner, and a big, powerful clothesline. And he's going to go right to the ground and pound on him. Big stomp to the gut, another stomp to the arm, and an elbow drop to the back. The Triangle doesn't like what's happening right now. Now he's doing a step over toe hold here, working on that leg. Now a big elbow drop right onto the knee. Novar's wasting no time, going right after Curtis here. Nice little running knee shot. And now some more ground and pound by Novar. And he's going to go right for an early pin, but only a 1 count. Another big stomp. It's been all Novar so far. Pulls him up, and big double axe handle shot. Big stomp to the shoulder. Into the ropes. And a flying elbow drop there. Curtis rolls out of the ring. Novar is going up top rope, waiting for Curtis to get to his feet there on the Eldritch Blast safety mats there outside the ring. And a flying body splash right there. Pulls him up to his feet. Throws him into the ring. And now is mocking him to get up to his feet as Novar comes in now. Scoops him up. Big shoulder breaker. Hooks the leg for the pin. But only a 2 count. Some more pounding by the Forge Clerk there. Flips him over. Has him measured up. Goes for a knee, but Curtis gets out of the way. Comes up. Crucifix going for a pin, but only a 1 count. Big kick there by Curtis. Wraps him up. And now Novar, reversed it. Out onto the ring apron. Curtis desperately trying to keep from falling off. Novar scoops him up. Backdrop right onto the ring apron. As the other members of the Triangle look on, chased off by Novar. Big clubbing crossface, and another one to Curtis. They can't retaliate because the ref's right there watching. They do not want to risk the DQ. Big stomp on the arm. Another stomp. He's pounding the iron. Working his way around as the count goes to 7. Throws him down towards the steps. And I don't think Curtis is going to make it back into the ring in time. Nope, I don't think he's going to make it out. And this will be a count-out victory for Novar Xanatrone. So a big victory here for Team Chemo over the Triangle. Seeing the sheer power of our men's champion. Yeah, that was pretty beastly, Critwitch. I agree. Now let's go into women's tag team action here as we have our team out of the post-apocalyptic world, Anarchy. The team of Wicked and Spectre will be going up against our team out of the Noir realm, Charity Philpott and Chastity York. This should be an interesting matchup here. We have Noir Steampunk going up against Post Apocalypse. Not necessarily ingredients that mix well together, so this should be a fun matchup to see what happens. Let's head right back to Whitewater Arena. Coming out first in the Rust Bucket. She got it back up and working. We didn't know if she would or not. But Spectre is a savant with all vehicles. She's here to keep Wicked out of trouble and away from the wastelands. They are your current Queens of the Keep Tag Team Champions. They defeated Sister Cyber at Dice Mania. And you can see Wicked celebrating. Ready to get inside the ring as Spectre gets a Wicked out of the wastelands. The only her biggest problem is when she's not finding trouble, trouble always seems to find her. And the only problem with that is she likes trouble. And they are sitting ready to go. This will be a non-title match. So we'll have the rough and ready team out of the Post-Apocalypse going up against our Noir and Steampunk combo here. The team of Thrill and Chill, Charity Philpott and Chastity York.
And their opponents, the Demon Hunter and the Prodigy, the Thrill Seekers.
Getting themselves set ready to go, our two cousins out of London, ready to go. Trouble's a pretty cool person once you get to know them. I'll take your word for that credit, Krellin. Okay, look like it's going to be Chastity starting off first up against Wicked. Collar elbow hookup. Chastity wasting no time. Nice little gut wrench throw there. Going right after her. Big kick to the back. Pulls her up to her feet. Series of forearm strikes. And it's hit from behind by Charity just to make it interesting. It looks like that woke Wicked up. Nice little half Nelson suplex there. Pulls her up to her feet. And now the strikes on her own. Backhand chop. Nice lift up into a drop kick. Here's the tag, and here they come. Here comes Spectre. Flurry of kicks there. Wraps her up right into a DDT. Kick to the gut. And now looked like she was going to go after Charity there for a moment. Nope, she comes back into the ring. Chastity still recovering. Big kick to the back. Pulls her up to her feet. Discus spin misses, and a nice little page turn there. Kind of a chop block from Chastity. Pulls Spectre up to her feet. Hard whip into the corner. Here's the tag. Charity coming in. Whip into the knee, dump into a code breaker in the knees, and Charity comes right after her, but Spectre reverses that, gets striking her own, and Chastity gets a strike in from behind, but Charity cannot take advantage. Scoops her up over the arm. Charity recovers, whip into the rope. Big kick to the knee there. Double stomp to the gut. Kick to the gut. And now it's Charity all over Spectre right now. Series of kicks to the face and then throws her straight down. Big stomp to the back. Pulls her up, working her way around. Big clubbing double axe handle from behind. As her measures her up, grabs the arm. Series of stomps to the head. Slams the arm down. And with that, there's the tag, and Chastity will come back in. Ref's blocking the view, pulls her up to a knee, runs out, and shotgun drop kick. Slams the arm down. Grabs the arm. Has it hammer locked in there, pulling on the hand. Spectre gets free now, whips Chastity into the ropes, drops down, leapfrogs over, and a big running knee shot of her own, going right for the pin. Not opting for a tag, but only a 2 count. Pulls her up to her feet. Big series of kicks and strikes. Chastity can't get any defense up. Discus spin and forearm there. Big knee shot. Another kick to the leg. Slap to the face, and now has just got the chokehold going there on the rope. Has to break it by 5 and does. And now, Chastity reverses the whip into the corner. Comes after Spectre, scoops her up. Big body slam straight down. Looked like she was thinking about crawling up the corner, but you saw Wicked standing right there. And as Spectre recovers, looks like we're going to see a tag, and Charity will come back in. Big stomp to the gut, looks like there. Pulls the arm out. Big stomp to the shoulder. Pulls her up. Drop kick right between the shoulder blades. Measures things out as Spectre goes out on the ring apron. And a big shoulder block, and down she goes. And now she goes after Wicked. Strike and a drop kick, knocking her off the ropes. Now goes outside, chasing after Spectre. Big kick to the gut. Wraps her up and is going to lock her in the cincher, it looks like. She can't get a submission out here, but she could really wear her down. As the count goes down to 3. And here comes Wicked on the attack. Now Spectre recovers. Nasty little move there, right there. Hard onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats there. Hard into the steel steps goes Charity. Pulls her up to her feet and runs back into the ring. Charity's going to try, makes it in by the count of 9. So we're still going. Swing and a miss there. Now she doesn't miss with that stomp. Spectre got a little greedy there. Big series of stomps, hooks the leg for the pin. And a victory for Thrill and Chill over our tag team champions. Could this set something up for our first premium live event? They can claim now that maybe they deserve a title shot. Celebratory rolls there from our victors there. And now we will slide from there into men's tag team action. We have the Back Alley Boys, Ethan Drake and Pierce Lincoln, going up against our team out of the Cyberverse, Dynamo and Checkmate. They are Power and Glory. And these two tag teams have no love lost between themselves and all that. They've been up against each other many times before. This will be interesting to see how this one comes out to start the new season. And let's see who comes out first. Coming out first, it is Ethan Drake on the left, Pierce Lincoln on the right. Ethan, we'll let the introductions go here.
Scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 430 pounds, Ethan Drake and the Enforcer, Pierce Lincoln, the Hooligan.
All right, Ethan Drake noir street thug, fancies himself as the Prince of the Boulevard. Pierce Lincoln is not only his best friend, but he's his enforcer as well. But as we saw last year when people took him on as a singles wrestler, Ethan Drake is no slouch when it comes to fighting in there. He's just not hiding behind Pierce. And he will be, here come their opponents. Checkmate, and you see in the green and black, in the blue is Dynamo. They hacked here from the Cyberverse, looking to bring their world here to us, whether we want it or not. And they'll have their hands full. Looks like it's going to be Ethan Drake starting out, up against Checkmate. There's the bell, and here we go. Hook up, and Ethan quickly whipped into the corner. Quick tag. Holding him up for Dynamo to get a free kick in on the chest. Brings him all the way over here to the ropes. And Ethan flips Dynamo over instead, landing right on the Eldritch Blast safety mats as the ref's count starts. And suicide flip over the top rope, landing on Dynamo, going right after him, showing some abilities on his own as the chest stomps begin. Pulls him up to his feet. Throws him down towards the steel steps. Goes right after him. Wrapping up the legs. Stomping right on the hamstrings, right at the knees. Dynamo kicks him off. As they both head back in the ring, as the count gets to 8, they're both back in time. Ethan Drake taking advantage, wraps him up. Hits him with a knee to the head on the drop there. Shots are blocked there. Dynamo gets one in, and then just a nice measured punch there. Caught Ethan by surprise. Big stomp to the head. Another one right on the fedora, it looked like. Pulls him up to his feet hard, whip into the corner. Here's the tag. We've yet to see Pierce get tagged in yet. Free kick shot there by Checkmate. There's another one. Big clubbing forearm shot. Ethan goes down to a knee, now gets whipped hard into the corner, but runs right into an elbow, and a spinning back fist from Ethan. Leaps over the ropes, lands a senton onto Checkmate, and with that, there's the tag, and here we will see Pierce Lincoln. Goes right for Checkmate, strike to the face, big German suplex. Grabs the arm, hammer locks it around his leg, and the goalpost stretch. Pulls him up, holds the arm, stomps the back. Throws him down, he's going to hammer lock it again. And he's going to do the full arm pull all the way down to the fingers, pulling back on it. And a nasty double knees to the back. Flips him over, big kick to the back. Pulls him up to his feet. Another kick to the gut, wraps it, pulls him up. Going for a power bomb and nails it. And with that, there's the tag. Ethan comes in, but Checkmate's able to get the tag as well, so it's Ethan and Dynamo. Dynamo comes in with a bit spinning forearm. Wraps him up and has him in the triangle. Trying to get a submission. Ethan's able to get to his feet. Pulls him up. Good core strength and just slams him right down as he tries to get some air back into his lungs. Another kick by Ethan. Series of blows here. Misses. Dynamo takes advantage. Series of kicks to the hamstring there. Into the ropes. Pulls him up. Big spine buster. Pulls him up to his feet again. Hard whipped into the corner. Another tag, and here comes Checkmate. Holding it there, holding him out on the ropes, and a double axe handle to the small of the back. Rolls him to a side, big kick to the back there, and now hooks the leg for the pin. Not even a 2 count. Ethan is nothing if resilient as he's trying to work his way to the corner. Checkmate lets him get the tag, and here comes Pierce Lincoln. Grabs a hold of Checkmate by the back of the neck. Couldn't decide where he wanted to go. Gave Checkmate a chance to elbow his way free. As Ethan just now leaving the ring. And now Pierce comes with those rights. Nailing them all over the place. Now hooks the leg, but only a 1 shot. Only a 1 count. They hook up again. Checkmate whipped hard into the corner. Pulls him out. Throws him in face first. Wraps the arm around the rope. Pulling on it. Goes into the corner. Mocking Checkmate to get to his feet. Instead runs in. Big running boot. Goes up. Second rope. Big knee drop. Stomp to the gut. Pulls him up by the arm. Another big stomp. Another. And this another one. Boot to the face. He's going to hammerlock that arm and stretch those arms again. Hits the finger popper, following it with the double knees to the back. He's waiting for him to get up to his feet. Big strike there. Pulls him up. Hits him with the back alley. Hooks the leg for the pin. Dynamo gets there. Only a 1 count. Dynamo crawling to the corner to try to get himself pulled up. Pierce Lincoln waiting. And walks right into a big boot from Checkmate. He saw that one coming. Big super kick there. Wraps him up. Hits him with the code scramble. Hooks the leg. No, that was the hack. That wasn't the code scramble. That was hits him with the hack. Ethan there for the save. Pulls Pierce up to his feet again. Hard whip into the corner. Here's the tag. Dynamo coming back in. Holding him up on the shoulders. Knee right to the head. Now Dynamo goes for the pin. And Pierce kicks out. I thought it was over. So did Dynamo. Pulls him up to his feet. Tries to scoop him up. Pierce blocks it. Elbow to the back of the head. Hard whip into the ropes. Drops down. Picks him, pops him up, and a headbutt right to the sternum. Rolls him over for the pin. Checkmate's there even before the 1 count. Pulls Dynamo up to his feet. Hard whip into the corner. Here's the tag. Ethan Drake coming back in. Gonna be a double whip into the ropes and a double hip toss. Straight down. Ethan waiting for him to get to his feet. Leaps over. Looked like he hit him with a kick there. He sees him roll out. He's going to come around on the other side. Try to catch him by surprise, and he does. Clubbing shot from behind. And now ground and pound on the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Just stretching it out. Yeah, that's what he's been doing in those arms. Grabs the leg. Knee right into the side of the leg there. 3 shots as the count goes to 5. Throws him down into the corner. Count goes to 6. Big stomp on the arm. Dynamo recovers. Throws Ethan down. Both of them in trouble getting counted out here. Dynamo comes in. Ethan trying to wake up. He goes after Pierce. Hits him with the chin drop. Ethan's back in. Exchanging shots. Now a big boot from Dynamo. Pierce is back. Hard whip into the corner. Here's the tag. Dynamo coming back in. They're going to prop him up again. And this time it's Dynamo hitting with the boot as Checkmate drops him for the pin. Only a 1 count, but Pierce is there for the save. Looked like it was a diving headbutt. Now he goes after Pierce. Hits him with what looked like an enziguri there. It was kind of shielded by the ref. Now he goes after Ethan Drake, holding the arm down, stomping on the hand. As I said, these two teams do not care for each other. Checkmate mocking him to get up. Now he's going to go outside. Rolling drop kick there. And now he's going to cover him for the pin. He's going for a dirty pin, but the ref doesn't see it. But only a 2 count. Ethan kicked out anyway, it looked like. Hard whip into the corner. Ethan elbows his way free, comes right after Checkmate. Wraps him up from behind, elbow to the back. Wraps him up again. It's going to take him into the corner, hard into the turnbuckle. Big series of kicks, big spinning kick there. And now just raking the shoe against the forehead into the corner, and another running knee. Hooks the leg for the pin, but only a 1 count. Pulls him up to his feet, wraps him up, hard whip into the corner. Here's the tag. Pierce Lincoln coming back in. Double whip into the ropes. Double charging shoulder blocks. Now a big stomp by Pearson. Now holding the arm. Big kicks there. And a diving forearm shot. Hooks the leg for the pin. But only a 2 count. Pulls him up to his feet. Nice enziguri kick there by Pierce. Stomps to the back. And he's going to stretch him out one more time, it looks like here, as that arm hammerlocked. Doing that finger popper. And the double knees to the back. And with that, there's the tag. And in comes Ethan Drake. Pulls him up to his feet. Big boot to the chin. He's going to go up top. Lands a massive knee drop to the head. Goes up. Moonsault. And with that, he'll tag Pierce back in again, who hooks the leg for the pin. Dynamo coming in for the save. Dirty pin attempt by Pierce. Dynamo's able to break it up. Big forearm strike there. Checkmate fighting his way free. Series of chops and punches. Tries to kick but misses. Pierce has him by the leg, pulls him in for a massive clothesline. And now holds both arms as he stomps the sternum. The big guy is going up top rope. Lands a knee drop on him as well. Hooks the leg for the pin. And it is over. In the battle versus the old Noir versus the new Cyberverse. Noir wins. So a big victory here for the Back Alley Boys. Let's get ready for our next matchup here. We have our out of the Noir realm again. This is Desiree Bouveau. She'll be going up against out of the Weird Wild West, Goldie Boone, with her manager Wandering Silence there in the background there. Why is he a manager? Well, funny you should ask that. Benefits you can have from subscribing to this channel. Level 1, a tier 1 subscription allows you to be a manager of either a tag team, as Praxagor Thesmophoria is doing, or a single wrestler, as Wandering Silence is doing with Goldie Boone. If you do a tier 2 subscription to our channel, you get to be a manager of not just a singles or a tag team. You get to create your own faction of up to 4 wrestlers, all male, all female, combination of the two. Whoever you want to place in your faction, they become your group, and you get to be the manager of that. If you go for all the way up for a Tier 3 subscription, you get to be a wrestler within Grappler's Keep. We will make a wrestler based on you or your favorite character that you've done in any of the tabletop RPG genres, and you will be competing here along with everyone else. So, Wandering Silence is the manager for Goldie Boone, going up against Desiree Bouveau, and without any further hesitation, let's return to Diet Water Arena. Coming out first, she's the belle of every ball, singer, dancer, performer of stage and ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Beautiful TBS Bravo.
All right, Desiree Bouveau. Every noir story has to have a femme fatale, and she is ours. Has been very successful here so far within Grappler's Keep. Makes her way in. She's held the Hunter's Mark a time or two. Held the Women's Lady of Valor Championship for a short period of time, only to lose it to our current champion, Cheryl Aronoma, at Dice Mania. She would love to get a chance to get that belt back around her waist. But right now, her concern is the person coming to the ring now.
And her opponent from Carson City, Nevada, Goldie Boone.
All right, Goldie Boone making her way down to the ring. Wandering Silence there in the back, as you can see. I need to fix that entrance because it's not the right one, but I'll take care of that. Fortunately, the latest updates to 2K25 that have screwed up a lot of people's stuff has not affected us. At least it doesn't appear to have yet. So we're not having any issues here so far. So knock on wood, it'll stay that way. Desiree getting herself set. Goldie is loose and ready to go. Wandering Silence in her corner. And there's the bell, and here we go. Collar elbow hookup there in the center of the ring. Goldie has the advantage, pushes her Desiree into the corner. Ref goes for a clean break and gets one. And now Goldie comes right back in. Hooks her up. Nice little Russian leg sweep there. Big elbow drop. Goldie was our initial Lady of Valor Women's Champion. She won the initial tournament. Big knee drop there, only to lose the belt to Belle Sanders. Goldie's going right at it. Wandering Silence has had her working hard in the off season, waiting for her to get up. Collar elbow hook up again. And this time it's Desiree getting the advantage, pushing her into the corner. The ref trying to get a clean break, and does. Desiree coming in with a boot to the gut. Goldie was ready, reverses it around. Has her hooked up in the arm there. Nice little rope work there for a body splash there. Into the ropes. Double axe handle to the head. Seeing an aggressive form here. Hey! We have a raid. Tagosaurus is raiding us here. Friend of mine from the Linden SG channel. Let's give him a shout out. If I learn how to spell. Tagosaurus Rex TTV. Thank you for joining us here for there. Let's see. Tori is going to escort you to the Just Chatting room. I take it that the prediction's over. Who won, Taggy? Who won the prediction belt? I know I was in the running for it. I doubt that I won, though. Source has a great channel, has a lot of good stuff going on there. I won the belt. I've got the predictions belt. Wonderful. Thank you for the news, Tag. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid as the match continues on outside the ring. Desiree Bouveau and Goldie Boone here out on the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Yeah, I had to leave in the middle of the next to last match because of being here. So, and Goldie goes out. She's step over toe hold there, and now an elbow drop to the leg. As Goldie works her way around, now comes back inside the ring. Will Desiree make it? She probably will. Looks like Goldie's been doing a lot better. Wandering Silence has been working with her pretty good, only for Desiree to pick her up. Shoulder breaker. Slams the arm down. Okay, I'll take that. I would be surprised if there wasn't a Crimson Mask in that one. Big running boot by Desiree Bouveau onto Goldie Boone. Now just trying to pull her face apart, it looks like. And now Desiree seems to have the advantage. Stretching the arms out almost like a surfboard maneuver, stomping the back. Flips her over, big kick to the back. And now Desiree is going for some ground and pound onto Goldie. Now finishes with a slap to the face. Another stomp. And Goldie's down. Wandering Silence trying to cheer her on. Get her attention. Now Goldie's back up to her feet. Went for Desiree and missed. Desiree kicks her away. Double axe handle misses. Goldie's not able to take advantage, however. Puts him there in the corner. Her there in the corner. Whip all the way across. Leaps down. Leapfrogs over. And quick kick. And then hits her with the facial. Waiting for Goldie to get to her feet. Tries to wrap her up. Goldie blocks it. All that work by Wandering Silence in the secret training center seems to have paid off. Normally, those were the kind of points where Goldie would lose the match, but now she's still going, drapes the leg around the rope, kicks the back up. Oh, and only walk into a big quick kick there by Desiree. Desiree coming out firing still. Has her by the ponytail there, puts her there on the ropes. Hard whip into the ropes, drops down. Nice little hip toss by Desiree. Flips her over, goes for the pin. But only a 1 count. Goldie showing more resilience than she did last season. Big stomp onto the arm. Pulls her up. Goldie's ready with an elbow shot of her own. Series of punches and shots and a right to the jaw. Going upstairs. Calling her shot. Here's the big elbow. Hooks the leg, going for the pin. Wandering Silence is clapping. And he has reason to, as Goldie Boone gets the pin and the victory over Desiree Bouveau.
Here is your winner, Goldie Boone.
Big win for Goldie to start things off. Wandering Silence, her manager, proud of a big victory there. Every one you get is big because it means something when it's time for the pay-per-views. And now it's time for our men's Hunter's Mark Championship match here. For those of, especially those of you, thank you for for coming in here on Tegosaurus Rex's raid here. The Hunter's Mark is our fighting championship that we have. It's defended every time, one for the men, one for the women. Every time we have a stream, it is a defended belt like the old TV or internet championships as of old in the old territory days. If you win, if you become the bearer of the Hunter's Mark, you have to defend it 4 times at least 4 times, hopefully. If you successfully bear or win with the belt 4 times in a row, next stream, whether it's a premium live event or if it's a regular stream, you automatically get a title shot for the Master of Melee Men's Championship or the Lady of Valor Women's Championship. Rufus Combs won the belt at Dice Mania, our season-ending event for the previous season. This is his first time bearing the Hunter's Mark, and he will do it against our character out of the superhero realm of tabletop RPGing, Rulem. So let's head right to Diet Water Arena.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Men's Internet Fighting Championship.
All right, coming out first, Rulem, out of the superhero realm of sci-fi. He came here from another world. He thought he was being a hero, but found out he had been taken in by a group of villains, repenting for his actions, and now he's repaying his debts to society here in Grappler's Keep. A new look for Rulem here. He's been putting a lot of time in the gym, a lot of work, trimmed himself down, and he is ready to go here. Still has his standard helmet as before, but a newer, sleeker look. And he's hoping to put that to his advantage here in this new season of Grappler's Keep. And coming out is his opponent. He is the current bearer of the Men's Hunter's Mark. He is Rufus Combs. He is a U.S. federal marshal. He was leading the posse chasing Curtis the Pistol Powell and Bell as they were fleeing from doing the destruction to the Boone Ranch. They all got caught in the same time loop vortex, find themselves here in the world of Grappler's Keep, and they are making their living here as they try to come back. Oh, a little bit of attitude here from Rufus. This is something a little new and different. Maybe the frustrations of being out of his world catching up to him a little bit. He has the Hunter's Mark belt in his hands. This will be his first time defending it with this stint. We'll see how well he does against how the Weird Wild West does against the superhero realm here in this match. And it looks like we are set and ready to go. This is the belt that they're competing for tonight. This is the Hunter's Mark. Let's take it back to the ring.
Introducing the challenger from out of this world, weighing in at 270 pounds, and his opponent from Albuquerque, New Mexico, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Men's Internet Fighting Champion, Marshall Rufus.
All right, Rufus holding the belt up and showing it off to the crowd. Looks like we are set and ready to go. Ref is collecting the belt from our current bearer of the Hunter's Mark. Shows it to Rulem, who had a love and hate relationship with the belt. He had couple of times bearing the Hunter's Mark, getting so close to being able to cash it in, only to be defeated out. So he would like to try and make another roll at that. Rufus is going to want to try to keep the belt in his possession. Here's the bell, and here we go. And Rufus comes right after him, only to get caught in a hip toss. Nice springboard maneuver there by Rulem, and he's already going for a pin. Only a 1 count, but showing his intentions early. Going right at him. Collar elbow hookup. Rufus breaks out of it, gets the headlock on. He's smaller than Rulem, but he's pretty feisty, and now Rulem hammerlocks his way out, trying to use that strength and power to his advantage. Rufus tries to get free, works it around. Nice little hammerlock of his own on Rulem. Some good chain wrestling here. Nice little quick snapmare and right into a chin lock on Rulem. Using those strong arms and a nasty knee to the back. Flips him over into the ropes. Big running kick. Springboard moonsault, but totally miscalculated that one. And Rufus takes advantage. A little running clothesline there. Flips him over. And a knee drop right to the back of the head. But Rulem gets right back up. Kind of shocked Rufus there. Collar elbow hook up there in the middle of the ring. And Rufus just is thrown away by Rulem. They hook up again. And now Rufus has him has the waist lock going on, trying to get some control, but Rulem is just too big. Arm drag throw there, and now has the headlock going. Has him wrapped up there. Nice head scissors reversal there by Rufus. Trying to slow Rulem down, cut down the airflow. Lifting it up and then pulling it back down again. Putting pressure on that neck and head. And a leg drop there to break the hold. He's waiting for Rulem to get to his feet. Wraps him up again. Whip into the ropes. Drops down. Pulls him up. Nice back body drop. And a kick to the back. Working his way around. He's going to go up top. Waiting for Rulem to get to his feet. Leaps over and a Superman punch from the top rope. Into the ropes. Measures him out. Elbow drop. Now hooks the leg for the pin. And the match is over. So both of our bearers tonight of the Hunter's Mark, Bill Sanders and now Rufus Combs, have retained their belts for another week. Big victory for Rufus Combs there. Rulem is a tough opponent, but Rufus is able to get enough control to manage the match and gets the victory and retains the belt. Now we have out of the science fiction realm, we have Pick and Sarlano going up against one of our wrestlers from the fantasy realm, Annalith. She's a part of the trio known as Fatal Attraction. Member of that along with Annabelle Dukes, led by Mignon Mitalar, who we saw in our first match earlier tonight. So let us head right back to the arena as Picken's going to have her hands full. Coming out first, it's Pick and Sarlano. She is a traveler here from the galaxy of Andromeda, which she says is the most superior galaxy in the universe, and she is the most superior wrestler out of the Andromeda galaxy. She's been very successful here in Grappler's Keep, making her way into the ring. Last season had a few runs with the Hunter's Mark. Got to the point where she was just one match away from being able to cash it in, but just was not able to get that vital fourth victory. And now she's getting herself ready for her introductory match for the season. There you see Annabelle Dukes. There you see Annalith. She'll be wrestling in this match here tonight, led by Mignon Mitalar. This is Fatal Attraction. Making their way down to the ring, our only women's only faction here so far in Grappler's Keep have made their presence known. Always a threat to try to take titles away. It'll be Annalith. She is our succubus out of the fantasy realm here. Dark and dangerous, enticing and scary. She says nobody ever forgets her. And it looks like they are set and ready. Pickens staying loose in her corner. Annalith has the game face going. Her friend's in the corner. There's the bell, and here we go. And Annalith comes right out swinging. Gets a quick jawbreaker and stomp onto the leg. Another stomp to the arm, it looks like. Pulls her up and Pickens elbows her way free. Nice little standing drop kick there. And a big stomp of Pickens' own there. Elbow drop to the back. Now has her by the arm twisted around there. Scooping her up. Setting her up for something, but Annalith was able to grab a hold of the rope and the ref ordered a break. Pulls her up, deadlift into a shoulder drop. Into the ropes. Big leg drop. Flips Annalith over. Stomp to the back, it looked like, or maybe to the head. She's going to go up top now. Big elbow drop. Flips her over, hooks the leg for the pin. But only a 2 count. Walks right into a quick kick by Annalith, who comes up swinging. Big boot there. Half Nelson suplex, nicely executed through her right into the ropes. Pulls her up to her feet. But Pickens comes striking right back. Hard whip into the corner. Drops down. Pulls her up. Spine buster. Hooks the leg. And only a 2 count. Thought she had something going there. Another quick strike there. Double axe handle to the back. Back up to her feet. And a spear from Pickens Sorolano. Rolling her over and clothesline right out of the ring, right in front of her teammates. Annalith right back up to her feet. Wraps her up. Suplexes her onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats there outside the ring. And sets her up for a big knee shot. A stomp, and now Annalith trying to take control of the match here outside the ring as her fellow faction mates watch on. Big kick to the gut there as the count goes to 6, soon to 7. Pulls her up, throws Pickens back into the ring, puts on a display there, back in by the count of 8, runs in, running clothesline. Annalith poised and ready to go, waiting for Pickens to get to her feet. Wraps her up. And has her in a submission lock here. Trying to get a submission, but no. Pickens fights her way free. Punches her way loose. Whip into the ropes, drops down. Leapfrogs over. Big shoulder block down there, it looked like. Standing moonsault. Goes for the pin. And it is over. And the victory goes to Pickens Sarlano. So, Sci-Fi wins over Fantasy in this one. Big victory to start off the season for Pickens Sarlano. And now we'll go into men's action here. As we have the fantasy realm, Killaran Sparkshard are. Oh, something's not right there. He's supposed to have the elven ears there. We'll have to fix that after the show here. He's our fire wizard going up against a character out of the superhero realm as well, Morduk. Will, as everyone here knows, he is Wandering Silence's favorite wrestler of all time. I say that with enough sarcasm to cover a wedding cake. So let's head back to Diet Water Arena and resume. And coming up first, a person who makes every entrance glorious as possible.
Making his way to the ring from Avalon, weighing in at 228 pounds,
Killaran Sparkshard, only the most glorious wizard in any realm. If you're not sure, just ask him. Changing the theme music because it's no longer available. But I felt this pretty much fit with him. A lot of pomp, not enough circumstance, but totally glorious. As he makes his way into the ring. He tries to get the crowd going to his side. Basking in the glory that he feels he is not only earned but deserves. Displaying himself to the ring, in the ring one more time, and I think now he is set and ready to go. Now we wait for his opponent.
And his opponent from Roswell, New Mexico, weighing in at 228 pounds,
Our super smart superhero has saved the world more times than it knows, he says. He's now here once again to show how brains can defeat brawn. And he was very successful in doing that quite often last season, including winning the Coronation Tournament where he became the Baron of the Keep. Has quite a big following here in the Keep. Well known for his exploits as a superhero, and now has the fans going here as well. He says it's not ego if you've done it and proved that you can. Some people might beg to argue. So the two biggest egos in Grappler's Keep, some would say, are here in the ring. We'll see if there's any room for the ref. Killaran looks like he's loose and ready to go. Morduk has game face going. Here's the bell, and here we go. And Morduk comes right out swinging, has the waist lock going early, trying to get control. Killaran trying to get loose. Morduk's got a strong grip going there. Spins him around, right into a headlock, has him down on the mat. Killaran trying to get up to his feet. And does. Morduk reversing what was in there and has the hammerlock going on the arm. Trying to get Killaran down to a knee. And he does. Kelleran trying to get loose. Back up on his both feet again, trying to get that vertical base back. And a nice little leg trip there by Morduk. And he's going to go right for a pin. Doesn't even get a 1 count. Springboard moonsault nails Kelleran. Flips him over, going for the pin again. But only a 1 count. Measures him out. Elbow drop. Mocking him to get to his feet. Kelleran does. Big strike there by Morduk. Kelleran strikes back. We got a punch and slap contest going on here. Both trying to show who's the tougher of the two. Kelleran keeps getting knocked back a little bit further. He says he's mocking him. Hit me right there. Kelleran gets a punch in this time. Invites the shot. Morduk takes it. He's saying, come on, hit me again. Nope, blocks it. Gets one into his own. Knife edge chop there. Exchanging strikes. And now we got a hockey fight going. Let's see who wins out. And looks like Kelleran got the best of that one. Hits him with the fireball. Hooks the leg for the pin. But Morduk grabs the rope. He literally looked like he cast a fireball there. Picks him up, quick kick there, wraps him up. Going for the fireball DDT, but no. Morduk punches his way free. Kicks out. Looks like he's going to go for the brain drain and nails it. That move that took out so many people last year and takes out Kelleran Sparkshard here tonight.
Here is your winner,
A big win for our superhero. Another good start for him. Kelleran had a good match going there. Almost had it, but could not pull the final trigger on it. And the victory goes to Morduk. And now let's go to our main event here. This is a women's tag team match. The Shield Maidens, Gelna and Varja, will be going up against former tag team champions, Sister Cyber, the team of Sable and Shiny. They will be our main event here. So let's head right back to the arena and see what happens. Coming out first, Gelna on the right, Varja on the left.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. On their way to the ring, the Viking, Gab, and the Warrior Princess, the Bruiser, the Gladiators.
All right, making their way down the ring. Gelna, the Valkyrie, and Varja, the Warrior Princess, making their way into the ring. A very powerful force in the tag team realm. Not afraid to get in there tough and hard with anybody out there. And looks like they are set and ready to go. And we wait for their opponents to come. Out of the Cyberverse, just like Power and Glory, this is Sable, our cyberpunk gal, master of the cyber implants. Rescued her sister Shiny from death, and that's the only person she trusts. And now it's going to create the cyberlink to bring Shiny into action here, repaired and maintained by her sister Sable. Has no memories of the past, only remembers the now.
Lady Showstopper and
They are the team known as Sister Cyber, former Queens of the Keep tag team champions, only to lose the belts at Dice Mania. Now looking to start the road to get those belts back, but they have two Shield Maidens in their way. Looks like Shiny's up and ready to go. It'll be Gelna starting off first against Shiny. Time for our main event. Here's the bell, and here we go. And Shiny goes right after Gelna here, wraps her up, nasty neck breaker. Misses on that shot. Gelna gets one in, bits some kicks there. Pulls her up. Military press, showing some impressive strength, and then just drops her. Now goes for some ground and pound. Pulls her up to her feet. Scoops her up. Again, showing the strength with that military press again. And with that, there's the tag, and in comes Varja. Standing on the back and just holding Shiny down. Now a big stomp. Grabs the arm. Pulls her up, and now just stomping the back of the head. We're going outside the ropes. She's going to go up top. Waiting for Shiny to get to her feet. And a massive double axe handle. Shiny trying to find her way to the corner. Bar just stomping on the legs, slowing down the progress. And here comes the tag. And Gelna's back in. Shiny's not moving too very quickly, if at all. Big stomp on the ankle again. And goes right for the leg. Going for the pin, but only a 1 count. Pull Shiny up to her feet. Hard whip into the corner. Quick tag. Varja comes in, holding her in place, and a big kick to the gut. Wastes no time. Scoops her up on shoulder. Shiny gets out, and a chop block to the back. Caught her by surprise. Pulls Varja up to her feet. Hard whip all the way across town into the corner. Not surprised to see a tag here. Shiny, Sable will be coming in. We're going to get the missile launch. Big assisted shoulder block there. Sable waiting for Varja to get to her feet. Leaps over, top rope, missile drop kick. Some nice old school work there. Grabs her by the leg, stump pull her into the corner. And now she's going to go right for the pin. She's going for the dirty pin. The ref doesn't see it, but it's only a 1 count. Big chop there by Sable. Bouncing Varja into the ropes, playing pinball with her back. And with that, there's the tag. Varja down. Shiny coming in. Measuring things out. And a nice little running knee shot there. Goes up, second rope. Body splash, but nobody home. Varja was ready for it. Pulls her up to her feet. Nasty roundhouse kick there. Looked like she was going for a tag, but Shiny interrupted her. Elbow to the back, and now Varja tried to whip her into the ropes. Hits the ref instead. Wraps her up. Goes for the pin. Sable there to block it. Looked like she was going for the Trojan horse there. But there's the tag. Gelna coming in. Running drop there. Flips her over. Pulls her up. Knee breaker right into the mat. Slides her over. Big stomp there. Shiny gets out of the way. Shot to the gut. Forearm to the back. Into the rope. Up and over the rope onto the ring apron. And now the chin drop. And they both head out to the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Shiny still going at it. Stomp right into the hamstring. Another big stomp there. Stump puller the right one way, then the other, going right after the leg there on Gelna. Has her by the back of the neck, throws her in. Both back in easily by the 10 count. Big stomp to the back of the head. Flips her over. Pulls her up. Big kick to the back. Looks like she's trying to decide what to do. Goes up second rope. This time hits the body splash. Pulls her up to her feet. Hard whip into the corner. Here's the tag. Sable coming in. Hard whip into the ropes. Double shoulder blocks. Varga asking for a tag. Gelna pushes Sable off. Comes right after her. Scoops her up. Has her in the rack. Trying to get a submission. Shiny coming from behind to get the save, and Sable converts it into an arm throw. The ref chasing Shiny out. Gelna fighting her way back out of whatever Sable had planned. Scoops her up. Military press again, it looks like. And down she goes. And with that, looks like she will make a well-deserved tag, and Varga comes in. Sable rolls out. Now comes back in as Varga comes, and Sable nails her with a running boot. Another stomp there, elbow drop. Grabs the legs, but no, Varga kicks her off. And with that, it's going to be another quick tag. And Gelna comes back in. Big kick to the gut, knocked her into the corner. Wraps the arm around the rope, uses the middle for more leverage. Doing damage to the arm, big clubbing forearm strike. Sable elbows her way out. Big running clothesline there. Ref kind of getting in the way where Sable's going. Gelna up to her feet, goes right after her, throws her off the top rope. And here comes the tag. And Varga comes back in. Big stomp. Another one. Oh, now hooks the leg for the pin. But only a 2 count. Pulls her up. And now the stomps begin. Has her by the arm, holding it down. Big stomp on the hand. Another and another. Pulls her up again. Brings her up to her knees. Into the ropes. Big running. Nope. Sable gets out of the way. Hits her with Varga with another running boot. Big club there. Wrap around the waist. Has her up. Sidewalk slam. Measure Sang's out. Went for the retro slam, and now she's going for a heel hook here. Trying to take the legs out of Varga, on Varga here. See how much damage has been done. Stomp to the other leg. Now pulls her up to her feet. Hard whip into the corner. Quick tag. Shiny's coming in. Double whip into the ropes, and a double hip toss. Varga right back up to her feet, but Shiny's right on her. Picks her up. Hits the offliner. Hooks the leg for the pin. And Gelna's there for the save. Pulls Varga up to her feet. Goes for a headbutt and misses. Varga was ready. Picks her up by the neck and just slams her down. And with that, she will tag and bring in Gelna. Shiny back up to her feet. Hits her with the deleter. And with that, she will tag and bring in Sable. Gelna is not moving. Now Sable comes after her. Kick to the back. Goes outside the rope, the ring apron, waiting for Gelna to get up. Leapfrogs over, missile drop kick. Hooking the leg for the pin, but only a 1 count. Both back up to her feet. Gelna kicks her way out of whatever Sable had planned, hooks her up, has her locked in. She's going for the Valkyrie slam. Sable's got nowhere to go but down. Hooks the leg for the pin. She's still holding the pin, but the ref's not counting. Not sure what's going on there. Gelna's going to pull her back up to her feet. Big series of strikes, big kick. Pulls her up. Right onto the rope. Sable leaps, gets the tag. Here comes Shiny. The exchange kick. Shiny got the better of it. Nice running boot there. Hooks the leg for the pin, and here comes Varja for the save at the 1 count. Shiny chases Varja off. Still attacking Gelna. She's going to go up top. Big body splash from the top rope. Hooks the leg. This could be it. But no, Gelna kicks out. Walks to the corner, tags, brings in Sable. Big stomp onto the leg. Pulls her up to her feet. Quick kick, big chop there. Throws her down. Just running her roughshod and now doing the hair pull. Working her way around. Yeah, that was a pretty long leap. I agree, Crit Witch. Sable celebrates, giving it time for Varja to get tagged in, only to run into the boot of Sable. Quick kick there. Wraps her around. Looks like she's going for the Goomba. Hits it. And instead of going for the pin, she will tag. Nope, she's not tagging Shiny in. Waiting for Varja to get up. Running elbow hits her with the kinetic elbow to the back. But Gelna's there for the save on the pin. Must have had a Red Bull, yeah. that supposedly gives you wings. Into the ropes, running boot. Elbow drop. Waiting for Varja to get to her feet. Wrapping her up. Full Nelson suplex. And Varja kicks out. Is Sable going to tag this time? Yes, she is. Shiny's coming in. Varja not moving much now, slowly trying to get to her feet, but Shiny's right there with the boot into the ropes. Running boot misses. Varja was ready. Big clubbing clothesline, and Shiny rolls out of the ring. Varja goes up top rope. Double axe handle from the top onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Grabs the leg. Stomp right onto the hamstring. Comes back in. And she's going to tag. Brings in Gelna as they wait for Shiny to come back in. The Shiny's trying to power up. Taking her time. Now Gelna's coming after her. Maybe not a smart move, but nope. Gelna was ready. Series of forearms and elbows there. Hard into the ring apron. Big knee drop. Working his way around, pulls her up. Throws her back inside the ring. Sable coming after Gelna, maybe trying to delay her from getting in. She goes hard into the ring apron. She's got to remember what's going on, and now she'll be back in before 8. Shiny waiting for her there in the ring. Scoops her up. Nice fall-away slam into a bridge there. And now she will tag, bring Sable back in. Gelna trying to get to her feet. Big clubbing shot there by Sable. Pulls her up. Big forearm shot. She's waiting at the ropes. She's setting up for the kinetic elbow, I think. Leaps up. Drop kick misses. Gelna was ready. Pulls her up. Big strike there. So elbow gets Sable release there. Forearm into the back. Hard whip into the rope. Flapjack. Flips her over. Flips her over again. Grabs her by the leg. And a knee right into the hamstring. Another one. A third. Trying to take the legs out from underneath, but Gelna's right back up. Big shoulder block, and down she goes. And here comes Varja back into the ring. Sable slowly getting to her feet. Big clubbing shot there. Barja wraps her up, has her up on the shoulder, slams her right down. She's going up top. Big body splash of her own, hooks the leg for the pin. In for the save is Shiny as she waits for Sable to get to her feet. There's the kick. Wrapping her up. We're going to see the Gladius here. Nails it. Has her down in the schoolgirl roll up. And Shiny is not moving, and neither is Sable. And the victory goes to the Shield Maidens.
Here is winner, the Viking, Gab, and the Warrior Princess, the Bruiser, the Gladiators.
All right, a big victory for the Shield Maidens here. A great start for them. That was probably the best match, one of the best matches of the night right there. 4.5 stars according to this rating thing. So on whatever they base that on, and with that, that brings us to the end of this week's show of Grappler's Keep. So let's go ahead and switch screens around here. Good show there. Good series of matches here tonight. We're back off to a great start here with Grappler's Keep. So let's get things set up here so we can figure out where we want to go, who we want to raid and such. Thank you once again to Tagosaurus Rex for the raid. We love people coming in to join us and all that. I hope all of you that came in with Taggy enjoyed what you saw there. Let's get things all set up here. Let's see who's available. Okay, she's available, so I think we'll probably go and raid our good friend Prax. Let me get things set up for that. Alrighty, so network error, reload player. Okay, back going. All right, so thank you again, everyone, for coming in and joining us here tonight. Schedule from here on out tomorrow night. I will be on Praxagor Thesmophorius channel once again for the last of our 4 one-shots dealing with the world of Dragon Age. As we were playing in that, I believe we're going to be being the Antivan Crows this week because that was the one that we had to cancel due to some illness going on. So let me get this thing to power off so I can keep Steam from popping up on my screen here. There we go. So that'll be happening tomorrow night on Praxis channel. Monday nights is family night at the Emporium as my daughter Bonnie and I will probably finish out Lego DC Supervillains this week. I'm pretty sure we will get all of the remaining gold bricks and characters and everything else in the game next week as we finish things out in Apocalypse. Then Wednesday night is the weekly Skyrim serial where I am doing a role play called A Kentucky Hawkeye in Jarl Balgriff's Court, kind of basing it off of the Mark Twain classic at Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's Court, where I am been transported in to the world of Skyrim, and I'm trying to figure out how to get my way back. But right now, I'm finding out about me being this thing called a Dragonborn, and we're going to look to see if maybe that's a way that I can get home. So that will be happening on Wednesday, and then we'll be back here next Saturday for more Grappler's Keep. If you like what you see here, join us in Discord. There's been a link there showing up in chat. We have sections to talk about the different games we have going on here, places to show off all your creative endeavors, because we definitely want to encourage people in all of the creative things that they may or may not be doing. So if you'd like to join us there in Discord. In the Discord, I have an Etsy site. I make custom GM screens. If you are into tabletop RPGs and have a home game going on and you're a GM or you're a player there and your GM looks like they could use a custom GM screen of their own, I make everyone custom for each customer. I decorate them up however they want and choose. We have the 4-panel model, which folds up like a book for easy carrying. Have the 3-panel one, which we can make as either plain with the wood with the one big panel and the 2 smaller side panels, or we can do that with a hole cut in, so you can have a tablet facing you, so you can use that as like a reference manual and stuff like that, or to put other notes there. Or I've made them so that the tablet is facing outward, so you can use that for different videos or images and stuff like that while you're playing. We also have a model that allows you to that where I put a computer monitor inside inside the screen. You can hook that up to your laptop and be able to have all sorts of great visual displays coming off from there. I love making different designs, different challenges. I'm making one right now that's based on astrology signs and stuff like that. I'm not into astrology myself, but this person is, so having fun making that. So I love all sorts of challenges when it comes to things like that. So please, so if you have the need or want, please check out on the Etsy site there. Hopefully in the next week or two, I'll be offering another product on there as well, and I'll show that off as we go. So we also have merch. If you like merch, we have merch for Grappler's Keep. We have hats and t-shirts and cups, and we have the hats and t-shirts and all the different stuff like that for Grappler's Keep. We also have that for the Emporium itself, and we also have those for our sponsor, Diet Water. And they come in various colors and color combinations and all that as far as the shirts and hats are concerned. So you can pick out your own colors. Grappler's Keep only comes in black and gold, so it's either on the shirt, it's either gold on black or black on gold, one or the other. Those are the theme colors for the show. So that's what we go with that. But for the Emporium and for Diet Water, we have all sorts of color options available there. So please check that out if you would like. We have a special section in Discord called the Prayer Closet. Here in this household, we definitely deeply believe in the power of prayer. We know that it's real. We know that it's powerful. We know that it works. We've seen it time and time again with our family, our church family, and our friends and stuff like that. So if you have a need, if you have a concern, if you have a request, please place it in the prayer closet and we will be praying for you. This isn't a thoughts and prayers and then no one does anything. On my tablet right here, I have a section in Evernote specifically for tracking everyone that's on my prayer list and all that. So we not only have you there, we also track the results and see how God answers things. So if you'd like that kind of spiritual support, please place your prayer requests in there, and we will be definitely praying on that. If it's something that's a little personal, it's a little private, and you don't want all the internet knowing about it, then just use the praying hands emoji. We'll take that as what we call an unspoken request, which means God knows what it is. You know what it is. We don't know, but we don't have to know all the nitty gritty details. All we need to know is that the need is there, and we'll be praying for you just as hard as if we know what's actually going on. So please do not be afraid to take advantage of that kind of spiritual support if you would like it. Let's go ahead and set up the raid to go raid Praxagora Thesmophoria, our good friend there, who I'd be on her channel tomorrow night as well. So until next time, everyone, may green be the grass below you, may blue be the sky above you, may straight be the path before you, and warm be the hearts that love you. Good night, everybody.
It is the best Twitch channel that is secretly an old-timey ice cream parlor on either side of the Mississippi or the Rockies. And you should hear about the specials. Monday nights is Bonnie's Bonbons, cream extravaganza with all the float sodas and sundaes you can shake a stick at. I can shake a stick at quite a lot of Sundays, but there is also a Fudge Rodin Sunday special on Tuesdays, and the famous 1, 2, 3 parfait on Wednesdays, where wrestlers meet up in the squared circle to work out their differences with some healthy wrestling-style fisticuffs. It is all good, clean fun. Hawkeye's old-time gaming emporium. Their milkshakes bring all the gamers to the yard, and their content is more exciting than any Nickelodeon. Take your horse and buggy to their address, twitch.tv/KY Hawkeye.
This has been a Diet Water production.
Yeah, I've got that. Don't worry. Hey, Hawkeye! Oh, well, as I just promptly
welcoming Raiders from Hawkeye. How was your stream? Where did the dude just go? Oh, did I kill him by reflex? Okay, that works. Hi everybody, I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. Welcome to the channel. I use she, her pronouns, and today we are playing through more of our community rook. He is a pirate with a big axe. Welcome everybody. The Father of Retribution. In Pantomime Theater Mask of Elgernon. In narrative, he represents promise before acceptance, the power before the price, the moment of choice that precedes